Let's go live to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, shall we, and get some reaction to the fight. Our reporter Ben Ransom has been there and he has been watching what has unfolded over an incredible evening. Ben, take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. What an incredible performance from Oleksandr Usyk, the new unified heavyweight champion of the world. He's dethroned Anthony Joshua in his own backyard, and Spencer Oliver, it's another standout boxing display from Oleksandr Usyk.
Wasn't it just, you know, he likes coming to England, doesn't he? We've seen him beating Derek Chisora, Tony Bellew. You know, he loves going in the other guy's backyard. Michael Hunter, Gassiev, all these great fighters. And we've said all week that if Oleksandr Usyk can get through the first 6 rounds, take Joshua into the back stretch, then we thought Joshua was going to have a difficult night. And that's exactly what it proved. Joshua, yes, I did think he lost the fight. He was being outboxed. He needed to be more aggressive. He needed to put more heat on Oleksandr, but he allowed him to get into a rhythm. And you can't do that with a slippery southpaw like Usyk. And yeah, bad night for Anthony Joshua.
We spoke all week, haven't we, Spencer, about the size and whether or not Oleksandr Usyk, being shorter man, being the smaller man, coming up from cruiserweight, would be able to cut it and mix it with the heavyweights. When he's proved once and for all tonight, he can definitely do that.
100%. Look, we've said, you know, from when Oleksandr Usyk, when he was cruiserweight actually, and he first moved up to heavyweight, we said, you know what? If this guy can make the adjustments, he's going to go down as one of the all-time greats. You know, like your Evander Holyfield, who moved up from cruiserweight to dominate the heavyweight scene and has gone down as an all-time great. Usyk now has the chance to do that because that was a masterclass performance. You know, Joshua couldn't figure him out from the opening bell. Usyk got into the rhythm. He was leading off with shots. Joshua's eyes started swelling up. And the end, Joshua was the one that had to dig deep, had to bite on his gum shield. That was a convincing victory for Usyk. I believe there's a rematch clause and Joshua's going to have to go back to the drawing board and change something different. Now, we've done an interview earlier on actually, and I was asked, how does Joshua win the fight? I said he's got to go out there fast, stamp his authority, show the power, the explosiveness, the size, all of that, the athleticism, and he didn't do it. He tried to outbox the boxer.
So is this then, Spencer, are we, I mean, it's early, obviously, to kind of have an inquest, but is this one of those where Anthony Joshua will look back full of regret as to what he didn't do on the night, or does he stand back and just think, well, I came up against a better man?
I think he just came up against a better man tonight. You know, we saw it all week. He was confident, maybe a little overconfident sometimes. On the ring walk, he looked very confident. He looked in great place. I think he underestimated just how good Usyk's boxing ability was. I think he thought that size and power were going to be enough. You know, we've seen vast improvements from Joshua when he got beat by Andy Ruiz. You know, we saw the improvements in the Ruiz return, in he coming lighter, looked good. Last time out against Kubrat Pulev in December, showed more improvements. And I thought, you know what? He's becoming the complete article. Now we've got to go back to the drawing board. Forget it's all over, because it's not all over. It's all about Anthony Joshua going back. I've spoke to Josh about this personally, said to him, if you lose again, this was against Ruiz in the second fight, I said, if you lose again, is that it? Is it done? He said, no, I'll keep coming back. Of course it's not done. So I know that that will not even come into his mind. For anybody out there thinking, well, that's it, Joshua's over, it's not. He will be back in the gym, he'll go back, work on what he's got to work on, take the rematch clause and have to go over it again. But I tell you what a performance. Usyk proved he can compete at heavyweight. He's going to be tough to beat.
I mean, what we've got to say as well, though, Anthony Joshua showed a lot of heart, didn't he? Because he was clearly hurt in those final rounds, and the pain etched on his face when the final bell went in the 12th was something to behold. I mean, look, if that round was maybe 30 seconds, a minute longer, Usyk could well have put him away. As it happened, AJ hung on. He really fought hard to try and cling on to his belts, but I guess by that point, the fight was already lost.
I totally agree. You know, I think that Usyk showed that he could hurt AJ early on in the fight. I think, did he catch him in the second round, third round, something like that? And then, yeah, you're right, Ben, in the 11th round, he started looking like we were saying, you know, sitting at ringside. Listen, I think he needs his last 2 rounds and he needs them big. And it was actually Usyk that turned up the power. You know, Usyk that turned up the pressure, sorry. And he was the one putting on AJ, and AJ was the one that started looking vulnerable. So, yeah, bad night at the office for Anthony Joshua. He's got to go back, rebuild. I know that's what he does. You know, he's all about development, all about changing things. He can come again, but that was a great performance from Usyk.
A historic performance as well from Oleksandr Usyk. You've got to remember that he is just he's the 3rd man in history to have won a cruiserweight world title and then go on to become heavyweight champion of the world. You've also got to remember he is now the record holder. He's done it quicker than anyone else. He's beaten Evander Holyfield's record on that night. So an incredible night here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You have to say it's going to take a lot for these 67,000 fans, pundits, media, and Anthony Joshua's team. It's going to take them a long time to digest this. Digest it they will, but you have to tip your hat to a marvellous performance from the new heavyweight champion of the world, Oleksandr Usyk.
Ben, thank you very much indeed. Yeah, fantastic night for Oleksandr Usyk, who likes it in London, doesn't he? London 2012 gold medalist, and now he's come and taken the belts away from Anthony Joshua.